Hello, lovely booktubers. I'm Debs. Welcome back to my channel, Raina Read Stuff. I'm in the book shack. I've got another tag to do. This is my third video of 4 or 5 today. It's Saturday, but I'm going to put this up. I think it'll be Tuesday. I think I'll do a Tag Tuesday on a Tuesday. There's a novel idea. Anyway, as I've mentioned, this is a tag video. The tag is Off the Top of Your Head. It was created by Gina at the Library Mouse, and I was tagged by the lovely Pat at Book Chat with Pat. So there are 10 questions. Now, it's off the top of your head, so I went through the answer. I came up with the answers off the top of my head. I have since gone and got some prompts. Prompt number one. What was your favourite picture book as a child? My favourite picture book as a child was a book called Little Dream. It was by Cynthia Leonetti, and I still have it. Here it is. This was given to me when I left kindergarten in Australia, and I loved the pictures. I loved the story. This is Little Dream. There she is. She's in the land of Nod, and she's a dream, but she's too small to actually go out and be a proper dream. You have the rich man, you have the king and the queen and the heroes, and you have the nightmare horses, and they all start arguing. And there's an absolute riot in the land of Nod, and the only person who can settle them down is Little Dream. I brought that back from Australia with me, and I've kept it ever since. What series did you love as a child? Now, there were two. I got German measles when I was about 7 or 8. 7. About 7, I think. And I had no symptoms other than a rash, but German measles is highly contagious, so I wasn't allowed to go to school. I wasn't allowed to go out. No one was allowed to come and see me, and I was bored senseless. So my mum went to a charity shop, and she came back with a book, and I loved it. Enid Blyton, the St Clair's series and the Mallory Towers series, both about girls' boarding schools. I collected them all, devoured them all, got rid of them all when I thought I was too old for them, bought them all when my daughters were young and read them to them, then got rid of them all, and now I'm in the process of collecting them all again. Just get the first lot. The worst book you have read or tried to read? I can't for the life of me remember what it's called, but there's a book I read for Garb August last year that involved turkeys. Yeah, I had it on ebook. I deleted it as soon as I'd finished it. Can't for the life of me remember what it's called. Your favourite reading book or memory? There is. I was at work one day, and I got a text from eldest daughter to myself and my youngest daughter, which said, James Morrison Winifred Weatherby, George Dupree. So I responded, took great care of his mother, although he was only 3. And then daughter number 2 responded, James Morrison said to his mother, said he. And daughter number 1 responded, you must never go down to the end of town if you don't go down with me. And we proceeded over the next 10 minutes to alternate texting each other the next line of this poem, which is called Disobedience, and it's by A. Milne. And it was a poem I used to read or recite to them regularly when they were very small, because they really loved the rhythm of it, and I loved the rhythm of it. And it was just one of those sing-along poems, you know. But this texting episode happened when I suppose they were in their 20s, which would have put me in my 40s, and it was just funny. And it was nice that they had remembered for so long that poem that I used to recite to them, and they were children. So that's one of my favourite book memories. One of my others, this is really quick. If I'd done something wrong when I was a kid, my father used to send me to my room. And it didn't take, he was quite a bright man. It didn't take him too long to realise that I was absolutely perfectly happy in my room. I would lie on my bed, pick up a book, away with the fairies. So then he decided that a more suitable punishment would be to make me sit on the sofa and make polite conversation with him. Clever man, used to kill me. Anyway, book I loved as a movie. One of my favourite books is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, and I absolutely love the original movie. I say original movie, I don't know if it's ever been done again, but I love that. A book you wish they would make into a movie. Now, the problem I have with that is I don't keep up with things enough to know whether or not they've made a book into a movie. But there's a series of detective books that I like very much by a woman called Ellie Griffiths. And the main character in that is Dr. Ruth Galloway, who is an archaeologist and anthropologist, and she helps the police solve crimes when bodies are discovered, and she determines the age of them, etc., etc., etc. I'd really quite like to see those made into a movie. They're my guilty pleasure. Ellie Griffiths has written 3 different crime series, and I've got all of them, and I've read all of them, and I love them. A book character that you would like as a friend. Armistan Mopan wrote a series of books about called. Hold on. Sorry about that. Tales of the City. And there's a character in Tales of the City series called Mouse, and he's a gay guy. And I would I loved him. I thought I really like him as a friend. Then when I started coming to Nottingham, I met a guy who is the manager of a nightclub. His name is Paul. I call him Mouse. He's even listed as Mouse in my phone, and he is that character. So I have my literary character as a really good friend. He was a witness at my wedding. I was a witness at his wedding, and his mouse. Um, a place I want to visit because of a book I've read everywhere. I am. My husband calls me Dory because I have mind lapses every so often, but he also calls me Dory the Explorer. After Dora the Explorer, I like to go places. I like to see things, even if they're stupid things. I will I will drive miles and miles and miles to see a blue plaque. I will drive to see ridiculous things. But I've been to quite a few places that have got literary themes. I've got a map. I've got a map that lists UK literary based places to visit. Yeah, I'd go anywhere. I like to travel. I like to explore. Um, a non-fiction book you would recommend has to be this: A Woman of No Importance by Sonia Purnell. It is the story of Virginia Hall, who was an American woman with one leg who turned into Britain's most dangerous spy. She was at the top of the Nazi hit lists. Everybody wanted to track her down. She was incredible, this woman. I read this last year as part of Historathon. I would recommend it to anyone. It is brilliant. It is one of those unbelievable tales that, if it was made up, you would say it was too unrealistic, but it's true, and it's great. Final question. If you could hang out with an author all day, who would you pick? I would really like to spend the day with Agatha Christie and see how her mind works. She'd be a really interesting person to chat to. And also, she was really interested in archaeology, so we could discuss crime and archaeology. I'd like that. Yeah, there'd be too much conversation for, just over coffee. It would have to be a day. I'd enjoy spending the day with her. So, that is the off the top of your head tag. I love this. I thought it was great. Um, I'm going to tag some people. I'm going to tag the Mild Rumpus. I am going to tag Sarah at Bell's Library. Yeah, I think that'll do. If you want to have a go at this, feel free. Thank you for stopping by. Um, I'm going to continue catching up with my tags. By the end of this week, you'll be very bored of them. But if you do like the content, please like and subscribe and leave a chat. What do you think? Nice to see you, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye for now.